Yasmin, I'll start off by saying that I know that your book just goes from strength to strength throughout this project. So don't be disheartened about what I might say about the beginning of your book, because I think that now you really understand what it is that I'm saying. Just remember, when you're presenting your sketchbook, you must always think about what it is that you're actually writing down and how that might relate to your presentation. Also think about, whenever you have a drawing, let's make it the highest quality drawing we can. So go back and add some more tone and detail to the drawing of the hair and the drawing of the speakers and the player there. I'm really pleased to see that you've gone back and added some more photographs and drawings to this page. I think you probably now realise that even though things like this are really sweet, they don't really have a place in your sketchbook. It might be worth adding some more images that connect to birds, just to communicate what's coming later on in the book. But I love these drawings, and some of the colours here, the colour schemes, are something that I think is quite obvious you're going to use later on in your book. We've got some high quality drawings here, Rakaya, and I'm pleased that you've drawn them from observation, from your own photographs. But you can probably see from the screen, there's a lot of white space. Think about not only adding some more tone and texture to the drawings themselves, but what are you going to do with the background? Don't just add a background for the sake of it. Think about a background that connects to the drawings that you have. So, for example, you might want to study the bird's feathers and have those for the background. You might want to think about the fur and the texture and the colour of the fur and apply that to your background. You might want to add some more drawings into that white space. But just think about, every page has to have a really high impact when you turn over. We've discussed this in class. I think that whilst this is a really nice artist, I don't know if they're going to give you enough to go with to create a really interesting piece of artwork. Also, again, as we've said in class, you've got to present your artist in the same style as their work. So whilst your colour background is perfect, things like the use of these Diamante stickers, I know they're lovely, but they're not appropriate to what you're doing right now. By comparison, I think this artist's research is really successful. The colours connect to the images themselves. I really like this strong silhouette against the background and this use of this textured material. I think there's a lot of interesting things going on this page that make it very successful. You've chosen to look at animals, and we've got some nice detailed drawings here. Just be careful about with the reeds. You might want to go back and just ensure that they are really high quality. Moving forward, I think that this eagle drawing is really interesting, and I like how it connects back to this artist with your use of the trees and the landscape and the wolf. This might be an idea for a piece that you produce outside of your sketchbook. And for that reason, it's definitely worth exploring. Perhaps you go and take some photographs in Richmond Park and you apply those as the subject matter for inside the shapes of the birds. I know that you were looking at some stag drawings. Perhaps you have the silhouette of a stag with Richmond Park drawn in the middle. So just think about making sure you fill the page and you connect it to your artist and the work that you've done before. Now, this is where it gets really exciting, Yasmin, because this is a very, very high quality drawing. I love your use of tone and texture. You've got the full range. It's a strong, bold shape. It takes up all the space. So I think that on this page, you really demonstrated that you can draw and that you can create a high impact page. Can you then maybe see the difference between this drawing and some of your drawings earlier on? This is the difference between a good drawing and an outstanding drawing.